So did you spot the glitches? If you did, well done. If you didn't, don't worry, we're going to be rerunning the video in a few minutes. But first of all, just to say, I'm really blessed with the increase that I've seen in my subscribers and the doors that have been opened for me, both on the flat side and also on the ball earth side. So that's one thing that I can say thank you, Lord, for. That you've been opening doors, Lord, for my ministry as a Bible believing, flat earth believing YouTube content creator. You've been blessing me, Lord, and thank you for that. So you can see, guys, in this video of Matty Jordan from Antarctica, I gave him good warning that I'm going to be debunking his video and that most of it's in the can. But in order to debunk it properly, what I really need is the type of camera that you were using, the angle of the lens, and that's important because right now the shadows don't seem to make sense, but maybe they will do if Matty confirms what camera it is that he used and the angle of the lens. And also I've asked him for the time and date for the video, because so often when you ask for the time and date confirmation and you look at the weather reports in that location for that time and date, the weather report doesn't marry up with the conditions that we see being captured on film. So angle of lens, type of camera used, time and date. And as you can see from the comment, I posted it several days ago now, and I've still heard nothing back from Matt. So we'll look at Matt's 24-hour sun video in more detail in a few minutes, but first of all I just wanted to get a handle, viewers to get a handle on who Matty Jordan is, because what I've realised is that the more I study Antarctica and the more I study the characters that seem to rise up and popularise Antarctica through YouTube and Instagram, which Matty Jordan certainly does. If we look through his profile, he's now got a 2 million plus following. He's had millions and millions of views on his Antarctica videos. But what I've noticed is when you go through the videos, it becomes blatantly obvious that these guys based at Scott, Camp, McMurdo, they don't actually do anything. They don't actually conduct anything that's of any concrete scientific benefit. They don't do anything that benefits mankind. And so I thought what we do first of all is to just look at a few of Matty Jordan's shorts on YouTube, and we just get a feel for what these guys do. And the more that I looked through it, the more it dawned on me that these guys operate just like NASA, where they conduct their experiments in the ISS, but the experiments don't amount to anything, nothing of any value for mankind. So take a look at these few, and then we'll get back to Matty Jordan's video.
This is a day in the life of someone who lives and works in Antarctica.
It's nearly midnight here in Antarctica. It's midnight here in Antarctica, and this is what it looks like outside. It's just gone midnight in Antarctica, and I'm going to show you what it looks like outside today. It's midnight in Antarctica, and this is what it looks like tonight.
This is a day in the life of someone who lives and works in Antarctica. When the weather's no good in Antarctica, we have a lot of recreational opportunities that we can do, like play volleyball. This is my most requested video on YouTube, and today I'm going to show you how to tie your shoelaces properly. First, you're just going to tie a normal knot like you would to start any shoelace. This is a day in the life of someone who lives and works in Antarctica. This is a day in the life of someone who lives and works in Antarctica.
Knock, knock.
Well, I don't know where anything is. My sea portal's a bit frosty.
First I grabbed a bowl of spaghetti and took it outside in Antarctica. Grabbed some spaghetti with the fork and placed the fork on top of a step. I then put a shovel on top of the fork to hold it in place. I came back a few minutes later, gave it a boop. I created the floating fork spaghetti emoji in real life.
This is a day in the life of someone who lives and works in Antarctica. The first thing I'll do in the morning is head to the gym and then jump in the shower. Most days I'll need work boots, so I'll put those on before checking the weather to see how cold it is. I don't eat breakfast, but I'll grab a cup of green tea before heading into my first morning meeting and then checking my emails. I'll grab a small snack for morning smoko like avocado and sun-dried tomato on toast. Then I'll typically have a catch up with the team back in the real world. Lunch is up next and it's usually a pretty substantial meal. Afternoons vary, but on this particular day I got dressed to go outside to help move some supplies from a container to inside the base. After I'd defrosted my beard, it was time for afternoon smoko, which is typically fruit or a sweet snack. The afternoon usually consists of the last meeting for the day before rolling straight into dinner. After dessert, I'll usually go for a walk, which means signing myself out of the sign-out book, grabbing a radio, checking the weather, and taking my survival bag out of my locker. On this day, I went to go and see some seals before heading to bed. If you want more detail, it's available in the latest episode of the Everything Antarctica podcast. This is a day in the life of someone who lives and works in Antarctica.
So in that last video, Matty Jordan told us what comprises a day in the life of a worker at Scott Camp. And we can see that apart from eating, going out and fiddling around on the ice, doing a few bits and bobs, there's nothing that Matt's done of any value. So now let's liken this to the experiments that are carried out on the ISS. Here's a short clip taken from a video that I made in 2017 when I was first uploading, and it just looks at the games that the ISS astronauts play in whatever CGI studio they're operating from. Definitely not up in the skies, as the Red Hot Chili Peppers said. Made in a Hollywood basement.
like circus performers.
This is Houston ACR. Thank you. That concludes our event.
We're like circus performers.
This is Houston ACR. Thank you. That concludes our event.
So in essence, what I say, guys, is that Matty Jordan is just one of many characters on the ice in Antarctica who are merely gatekeepers. They're there to impress upon the world's population that Antarctica is someplace important, when really it's just a wind-swept, cold-swept, snow-swept, ice-swept, barren place where nothing lives apart from a few penguins. There's no decent experiments they can carry out. They talk about drilling. They go out and they drill every so often, but all they do is drill into the ice. Nothing of any value. And this is exactly the same as the ISS astronauts bouncing around with their harnesses and CGI flotation, just having the world believe that they're floating up there somewhere above us, carrying out all these really important experiments.
European astronaut Tim Peake tests how the body responds to being dizzy in space.
And does it make me feel unwell? So I'm going to get Tim to spin me around doing something that would probably make me feel quite sick down on Earth. So let's see how that goes. This could be the worst idea I've ever had.
Mine could be better than that.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just go into a ball and start spinning. And then if you want to just keep me go round. And yeah, on axis, that's cool. Actually, it's more provocative when you go. So it definitely felt dizzy initially, and now it's gone.
No, is that quick?
Yeah, completely normal.
Amazing.
Students from Nova Scotia asked Chris Hatfield to wring out water from a cloth. The results are unexpectedly quite interesting. U.S. astronaut Scott Kelly tests how various dyes interact with a floating ball of water. It's almost like he's creating a miniature planet.
You really have excelled yourself this time, haven't you? Well done. Excellent. You have totally excelled yourself at being totally useless, and we would really like to congratulate you. You could do no better. You really are absolutely bloody useless. Well done. I'm sure you'll keep it up. You're totally unable to do any better.
So if we watch Matty Jordan's video now, we can see that he's gone overboard on the cloning tool. It takes an eagle eye and going through videos frame by frame, but that's what we're to do when we're looking for fraudulence, and this video is no exception. And if we see around the 30-second mark, suddenly various areas of the stones in the foreground shift, and this is where Matt has been cloning the stones in the foreground. So immediately this tells us that there's jiggery-pokery afoot, and just on this alone we can discount this whole video. But it doesn't stop there. If we then go forward to around the 40-second mark, we can see he does more of the same cloning glitches, and there's a little protruding stick that suddenly jumps. So Matty, you failed. This video now joins so many others, in fact all the others, where you guys have claimed to capture the 24-hour sun and there's CGI fakery going on in the video.
Can you tell which cow is fake? I have visual effects superpowers, so look closely. Are you ready? This cow is fake, and this cow is real.
So come back to us, Matty, when you can produce a video with no glitches, and then we'll look at that one, and then we'll find something else wrong with that one. Again, thank you to my subscribers, thank you to all you guys who have viewed this video. Please like, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and pass the video on, because I've got lots more content coming out. You rock, guys. Thank you.